always kind of exploring this connection between food and flowers. I think it's such an interesting marriage of the two, decorating a table that people gather around together. It's a really ancient ritual. There's so often a lost connection.
I think people are pretty clued up now about food, but there's still a lot of learning to do about flowers.
Yeah, and it's strange because it's very similar, you know, the produce side of it. We often say this, you know, that in a seasonal restaurant where they're so focused on the food and where they're sourcing their ingredients from, but then the flowers on the table, there's no thought given to that, and there isn't like a link up between the two.
I think there's just not that awareness around it, and I kind of think it comes back to that sort of recognition of floriculture, that, you know, this is a thing to pay attention to.
I think part of the aesthetic of our studio, our way of arranging flowers, is just complete greed for materials. We absolutely love flowers and foliage and vines and seed pods, and so there's always a lot of variety in our arrangements. Foraged and things, or cuts and things if you have a garden. Just a few extra elements can really help to make an arrangement much more naturalistic and interesting. You know, we don't want an arrangement just to be beautiful, it's got to be interesting, and sort of like an element of surprise I think is always lovely when you have something that people lean in and say, oh, I wouldn't have thought there would be, you know, a borlotti bean or something. It's a really nice extra addition. I asked Fiona if we could have as many edible materials as possible so that there was a link. So I'm starting with this. This is raspberry. The tomato plant just smells so good. Fiona had some passion vine in one of her polytunnels. This is fennel. Fiona grows the best roses. This one is called Honey Dijon. I think this is Mocha Rosa. It could be Coco. No, I think it's Coco Loco. The lovely coffee rose.
Really even the names beautiful. Of the roses are edible. Everything is edible.
I know. This is a marigold. This is nasturtium. Ornamental vegetables and fruits are so amazing in arrangements, and they always add, you know, something about these tomatoes and the way they have this sort of sheen. There's always a gleam, or, you know, blackberries, just delicious fruity things that when you're looking at something you just think, oh, this looks so good.